He leaned into that analytics point that many love and many hate. It's very polarizing. It's one of the most polarizing concepts of analytics. When you're down 14 and you score a touchdown, go for two. If you get it, you can avoid overtime with a 7-pointer. If you don't get it, you can still tie the game with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And hey, look, who knows what the Lions would have done if the officials had gotten that right and they would have been only down 6 points instead of 8 points. Does that give you a different psychological approach to the next drive? I don't know. They went for the jugular and popped that 70-yard catch and run. But it should have been a 6-point game, just like when the Packers were 2 scores down, 2 touchdowns down against the Vikings on Sunday, and they went for 2 and got it, made it 28-22. It's exactly what the Seahawks were trying to do. Same situation, trying to get to 28-22, and then you snap your fingers, and instead of 28-22, it's 35-20. You make another great point that we hear from time to time with analytics, and usually it applies to a late game decision where, we saw Nick Sirianni, the Eagles coach, 9 days ago, going for it on 4th and short in a 3-0 game when you're in field goal range. Dean Pease used to say this. This was after his time with the Patriots. I think he was working for the Falcons at the time. But he said, look, one of the factors is, what kind of game is this? Is this a field goal game or is this a touchdown game? But sometimes you have to make the projection, what kind of game is this going to be? You got to make that 4th down call before you've really seen, is it going to be a track meet or is it going to be a tug of war? And Mike Macdonald pivoted on the fly from track meet to tug of war, or the other way around, tug of war to track meet. But early on, he didn't foresee what was going to happen. Maybe that's why he punted. If he knows it's going to be back and forth, up and down all night, you go for it there. But you have to have that ability you maybe need a crystal ball, I don't know. But early in a game like that, you're going to view it maybe differently than you will late in the game.
Even pre-analytics revolution, I don't know how you looked at it. I always used to cringe at punts, close to the 50, or, if you're at the 50, or say a punt from like the 44-yard line. You're like, okay, why not go for it? I mean, you really need to have a skilled punter, because a lot of times you punt, now you're going to flip the field, and guys couldn't hit that corner, so you wind up getting a touchback anyway. What did you really gain? But now it's even more interesting, because we've got another revolution with field goal kickers. So if you miss a 55-yarder now, it's almost like people look at you like you don't have any game as a kicker. Remember when we were kids, Mike, a 50-yarder was pretty impressive. 55, ooh, that's now you're a big leg kicker. But we just saw a game over the weekend where the Falcons win a game on a 58-yarder, and we expected it. It wasn't a surprise. The Patriots had a 63-yarder. So when you're in that position, there are a couple of things that you could do. Punting seems like the worst option now with all the information and the weaponry, offensive or kicking weaponry we have now.
Those field goals used to be the highest of drama. I mean, 58-yarder when I was a kid, when we're kids, like, there's no way he's making a 58-yarder. Why are they even trying? Why don't do a Hail Mary instead? But, a kick between 40 and 49 to win the game, down 1 or 2. A flip of a coin is how it used to feel. And now it's weird when you see one of those kicks at any time, especially in crunch time, when you see one of those kicks sail wide or left, or a 55-yarder that comes up short. Everybody can kick at 55. Everybody can kick at 65. So, yeah, interesting choices for a first-year head coach to have to make. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.